So Robbie, 2-0 down again, another battered in 2-2 draw. Safe to say we should have won it at the end, but football's a funny game again, isn't it?
Yeah, but also if you give up the goals that we're giving up, inevitably it's just too much of a hard act to follow. Like, 3 against Cheshunt, you haven't to score 4 to win. 1 against Lewis, like late on, even though we haven't scored, or 2 at Hastings, and you haven't to score 3 in half an hour to win. To get again today, 2-0 down after 48 minutes, 49 minutes, you haven't to score 3 goals in half, in a half to win. And teams are not really dominating us. They're waiting for us to make mistakes, and unfortunately at the minute we're just making suicidal mistakes that are costing us dear. And people go on about, we haven't been scoring enough goals, or we've got to take our chances. Just said to the boys there first, fundamentally you've got to try and keep a clean sheet. If you keep a clean sheet, you can't lose a game. If you score 2 goals, you can still lose, because if you can't keep a clean sheet, you lose a game. And like I say, you don't want to be harsh on lads, because it's almost like, I'll tell you what, we'll go 2-0 down, then we'll start playing. And I get, the substitutions probably give us a bit of an impetus in it. Tommy scores a great goal from nothing, and then, it's all us. But even then when I'm watching us, like, they just want one long ball hopelessly up pitch. We never seem to get on it. We never seem to recycle it. Too many times it ends up being a corner or a chance for them from nowhere. And when you keep doing that, it's so difficult to win games. And like I said, I've just said to the boys in there, when we went on that 17-game unbeaten run, how many games did we win 1-0 or 2-0? It was 5 or 6, 7 games. We can't keep a clean sheet at the minute. And it's not through teams absolutely dominating us. Like, their first goal comes from, like, one attack. Goal. And don't get me wrong, we were so slow, deliberate in the first half. The first half was not good. And we had to get into them at half time. And then you get reactions. But we don't want to keep doing this. We don't. Because we've got some good players. But for whatever reason at the minute, it's just, I don't know whether some of them think it's just too easy, you just got to turn up. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen like that. And we've got to stop giving goals away. What we give away, we've got to stop it. Because you can never win a game. You might draw, like the last 2 games we've drawn. But it's just, it's tough. It's tough, but on the flip side of it, we kept on going. We kept on banging on the door. We got what we deserved, really, a definite draw. But we should. And listen, we're unlucky a little bit. Harvey misses, hits the post. And Gifford, to be fair, Gifford's probably half chance.
He couldn't do much more. The keeper made a great save.
It's a great header, and unfortunately, Tommy's in a good position, but it bounces a little bit awkward. But we've had enough chances to win. But what we're not doing is, when you look over the course of the game, Pete, we're not keeping clean sheets, and we look too easy to score against for the amount of ball and possession teams are having against us. We look too easy, and it shouldn't be, because that is a lack of communication, a lack of game management, and being organised and concentrating when we haven't got the ball. Because sometimes you're at your weakest when you haven't got the ball, and I don't think some of our players notice it and understand it. Some of our players think, I've got pace, I'll get myself out of it. Well, save yourself 10 or 15 metres running by being in the right place at the right time. And then you take the ball, and then you start an attack instead of defending a corner or defending a shot. And that's what we've got to get better at. We just, for the amount of ball play teams are having, we're conceding too many goals.
It's safe to say today, the subs did have a big impact. Pattenden and Gifford with an assist and Pattenden with a goal. Can't ask for better than that from your subs.
Oh, no. Listen, we know what Lucas gives us, but unfortunately he's not being very well with his like, just around his pelvic area. Dan Gifford had a calf. With the 2 games, it's very difficult to keep risking people straight off. And that's where we went with it. But the good thing is that hopefully, I'll have to see Lucas, because I've seen him limping a little bit. But the good thing is, they've made an impact in the game. And there is positives, but there's some negatives that are just outweighing them positives, because all of a sudden you'll have supporters saying, it's bad manager, bad. Not doing anything different. But I feel especially 3 games, we've dominated. We didn't dominate against Chesham due to the goals, but I felt we dominated Lewis, we dominated Hastings, and today we've dominated Hendon, and we've come away with 2 points from 4 games. And the reason why, and when you look at it, it's not because of lack of scoring goals, it's because we can't keep a clean sheet and we're too easy to concede against.
Well, it's a quick turnaround. Chichester away on Monday. Of course, it's not really an away game, it's like a home game, but just to get them fans down, isn't it? Support the lads carry on, isn't it?
And they will do that, because we've got great supporters, they will do that. But eventually they've got to see a team that looks as though we're going to win games. We're just not. We're hanging in games because we're giving ourselves a mountain to climb. But if we can just nullify them mistakes and sort them out, we always look a threat going forward. We always create chances, and I feel with the group of players we've got, we'll always score goals. But it's just a concern that we can't keep a clean sheet.
Is there any update on Tommy Block and Ryan Hall?
Tommy Block's, hopefully Ryan will be training next week. Monday's too early, and likewise Monday's too early for Tommy Block, but fingers crossed. We're hoping that both players will be available for the FA Cup game away.
Cheers, Robbie. Thank you.
Cheers.